Alright, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Bounty here, bringing you some post-commentary gameplay. This isn't my usual live commentary. For these two matches, what I wanted to do was I really wanted to put all my focus into just, playing the game and just trying to play good and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Because, when I saw of who I had to fight this week, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it literally my all. Because for those who don't know, this is Joystick. And if you are a consistent viewer for Rips Arena, you know exactly who Joystick is. I looked up Joystick on the leaderboard. Out of 256 people, I believe, who have signed up for Rips Arena, Joystick is ranked 30th, exactly 30th on the leaderboard. And not to spoil anything, of course, for the future matches, because there's going to be two sets in this video, so this is going to be a rather long video. So if you want to support the channel, if you want to see more stuff like this, please leave a like and sub to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And like I said, the next set after Joystick, who is ranked 30th out of 256, is Sin's very own Krytis. So Sin Krytis, who is ranked 4th on the leaderboard. And there's two people that is tied for 4th. It is Krytis, who I fought in this video, and Kanimani. And for those of you who have watched Rips, like I said before, and if you know who Kanimani is, the fact that those two are just tied is absolutely fucking ridiculous. If you've ever seen how Kani plays, Kanimani is absolutely, literally the best way to explain it, is a demon at this game. In a very respectful way, not in like a making fun of him way. Like, he's literally crazy at the game. So the fact that those two are tied just speaks as to levels as to why I wanted to take this serious. Kanimani and Krytis, believe it or not, have not lost a single set even to this day. So I did kind of spoil it, I did lose. But in terms of record, I was actually looking at the leaderboard and stuff like that. I was actually the first person to give Krytis his first two loss on for game wise. So for set count, oh, that was a disgusting setup. I love doing that setup so much with Darius, is so cool. So in terms of sets, Krytis has not lost a single set, but in terms of losing games, I'm the first person to make Krytis lose a game. So I'm very excited about that little statistic right there, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, right now the main focus is not talking about Krytis, it is about Joystick. So if you've seen right there, obviously I got destroyed the first game, but I was like, you know what, even though I got completely outclassed in every facet by the Liu Kang, I still felt like I could do this matchup with the Darius. So of course I just wanted to keep it going right here, wanted to keep everything nice and simple, not do anything too like crazy, only little sprinkles here and there, of course, because I am Nitara, I do have a very crazy dive kick, so I was definitely trying to take advantage of that, trying to block the hard to blockable. Obviously you're only going to be able to do it for so long. He dropped the combo right there, that actually was going to kill me if he had the fatal blow, but he hits me with the forward 4, and of course I died to the chip damage right there, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm going into this second round with 2 bars. They have no bar, which is good for me. Nice whip punish with the forward 1. I almost said forward 2 right there, my bad. What do I go for the setup here? I don't even remember. Hard to blockable potentially? Yeah, I had a feeling I was going for that. So my whole thing with using Darius here was applying my own hard to blockable game with Nitara, even though it is much harder because the hit you have to get with Nitara. Obviously Liu Kang sort of has the same sort of issue. Liu Kang isn't really a character that thrives off of 50-50 mix-ups like Sindo Tremor or like any of these crazy teams, you know what I mean? So you really have to work for the hit as Liu Kang. But I would say in terms of overall tools, like of having a fireball, being able to zone, just having a very good stagger game, Liu Kang's ability to open you up is definitely much more scarier compared to Nitara. Nitara Sonya, Nitara Pharah is really your best bets when it comes to opening people up. Versus, if you've seen how I play this character, it is very like backwards, if I'm being honest with you. I play this character very not how you're supposed to play Nitara, which makes no sense, but I somehow managed to make it work. Granted, I think I'm ranked like 110 on their leaderboard, so I'm like very down below. But I would say just in terms of just being a very, I don't want to say like bad player, but in terms of a guy who just plays the game mainly for fun, it doesn't really look to like compete and do like very high level stuff, I think I do pretty good. I think the fact that I even take these games this close of players that have this caliber, you know what I mean? Like, props to myself. Like, obviously, do I want to get the win? Of course, everybody wants to get the win, you know what I mean? But if I'm going up against players that are literally this high on the leaderboard and I'm taking it to such close games, you know what I mean? Like, you have to give yourself props. You can't really be too self-depreciating on yourself, you know what I mean? It's a pretty bad thing to have. So right here, of course, like I say, I just really have to kind of get a read and get a feel of how Joystick wants to apply their stagger game, you know what I mean? I have to pick and choose my spots of when I want to challenge with a jab, or if I have to challenge with a down one poke, just to maybe get some frame advantage back. So that's really how I'm really approaching this matchup. It's just really trying to figure out when Joystick likes to stagger, when Joystick likes to commit to a certain button, and things like that. So you see right here, with any hit I try to get with Nitara, I really try to capitalize it as much as I can. Good punish by me using the low Darius just to catch Joystick trying to hit a button back. And I managed to steal away the round right there. I try to go for the whiff punish right there on the forward. Very hard to react to that. It is possible. You can do it. It's very, very hard. And I unfortunately missed it. It wasn't a really big punish though, so I kind of got away with that, if I'm being honest with you. Poke check into throw, very classic. I think if I remember correctly, this is where Joystick just starts really applying a throw game, yeah. Because obviously with the back throw that you get from Liu Kang, you can get 220 damage, I believe, with Liu Kang. That was definitely an input error. I would never do that on block. But yeah, I think this is where Joystick really starts to apply the throw game. And not necessarily doing the back throw combos, but more so mixing up the back throw with the forward throw, which definitely like tricks me. Yeah, you see right there it says escape failed, because I was expecting a back throw, but instead it was a forward throw, and I was not expecting that. So just these little things like that in the matchup really add up over time. Yeah, a forward throw compared to a back throw isn't a lot of damage, I understand that. But if they're consistently getting the forward throw and you're missing the tech, so you're eating a lot of damage. Look at this. I almost had the cool combo right there. You can actually link that Darius after that. It's a very tricky timing, but if you do know the timing to that, it's actually very helpful to know. So I'm down here 2-1. I still believe in myself though. I still believe that I can make this comeback and potentially take it 3-2 if possible, of course. So right here I have a little cameo switch. I was like, you know what? Let me get rid of the Darius. Let me just go into Cyrax. Here was a little bit of a lag spike. I don't know what the hell happened here, but we both stood there, we both sort of understood what happened, so we just both stood still, just waited for the connection just to stabilize a little bit. I go for my throw, I get the first hit bonus, I get a second bar, and he challenges with a jab. Look at that, that was crazy. I was not expecting that at all. I just went Hail Mary with the back two overhead, hoping it'll hit, and it just manages to hit right there on the second time I go for it. I think this is where I go for a Cyrax setup, yep. So I think this is where I get the cool combo. Let me see, I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, there we go. I love using the Cyrax so much. Not a lot of people expect the Nitara Cyrax. A lot of people expect like Farah, or of course the Sonya and things like that. But just look at this, man. The Nitara Cyrax really catches a lot of people off guard, and to be honest with you, I genuinely feel like it is a pretty decent cameo to use. I get another input error right there. I try to go for a stand 1 into down back 2, the anti-air combo, but for some reason my down back 2 didn't come out the first time, and I tried to go for it the second time to save it, but it just dropped, unfortunately. So here Liu Kang has barely any health left, but because of the fatal blow, because of the throw combos, the possibility for comeback here is actually very, very scary. And unfortunately, that's just what manages to happen. Oh, wait a second. I flawless blocked? Oh my god, I do not remember that. What? I flawless blocked that? Oh, that was crazy. Bounty, yeah. Now, so you see what I'm saying with me wanting to focus of just not wanting to do live commentary. If I would have done live commentary, I definitely would have messed that up. Oh my god, that was crazy. Holy, okay. So obviously I have the corner. I spent the 2 bars on the throw so I could get the throw combo. I look at my cameo. I'll probably set it up right here. Yep, perfect. Ooh, this is going to be a lot of damage. Oh my, and I drop it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is so sad. Holy shit. Okay, let me see. Do I steal it away from here, or does he come back? I think he comes back. I don't remember too much though, because these games did happen a couple of days ago. I would have had this video uploaded like a long time ago, if I'm being honest with you all. But unfortunately, with the Krytis gameplay, there was an issue with the recording. For some stupid reason, OBS updated itself before I had the Krytis match, and I had to quickly fix all my settings because of the update. So I had to put the game back on, I had to fix like the audio and all that stuff, but for some stupid reason, the audio didn't record for the Krytis game. So I'm gonna have to just put music for that game, unfortunately, which makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way, of course, before anything, just so people don't ask of why there's no game audio for the Krytis game. I'm just gonna have music on for the background, and of course the post commentary that I'm doing right now, which is so unfortunate, but it's okay though. So here, obviously, I tie it up 2-2, going on to the last game. Very, very tense, very, very stressful right here. I do have a little bit of a life lead, but usually with Nitara, unless the character is like a pixel away from death, I don't think I have the life lead. Simply because that I am Nitara and I have the health of a wet piece of paper, literally. Like, it's very easy to just hit Nitara once and just steal away the round because of the fact that she is the lowest health character in the entire game. And especially going against a character like Liu Kang Kung Lao, a very, very scary team, very solid team. It's very hard to just pick and choose your spots to come in with this team, just because, you know, Liu Kang with the fireball, not only for the ground but also for the air, and then you can also use the Kung Lao low hat just to sort of contest the ground game. So it's very, very hard for me. I don't know why I did the combo and it side switched me and put me into the corner right here. I was a little bit angry about that. So of course my main priority was to get out of there, managed to get the overhead, 1-2-4 dive kick, bam bam bam, knock him down, go for a setup right here. Nice, and I barely managed to catch it right there. Barely managed to block in time. I would have gotten a big punish if it wasn't for the fact that he had 3 bars. I honestly believe if I would have gotten that combo, if they didn't have breaker, I probably would have won the set right there, if I was being honest with you. So, right here, I was like, let me play it patient. Let me play it, you know, very nice. Pick and choose my spots, as I said. I tried to go for the Cyrax cameo right there, maybe trying to catch a jump for some reason. I don't know why I went for that, because Joystick does not jump at all in the slightest. I just kind of went for it, you know, because I was mainly nervous. Of course, going for the back throw combos, keeping the corner, getting a lot of damage, going for a potential setup here, 232, going for another throw. I think this is where I just completely lose off of throws. Oh my god, this is so stressful, man. Oh, I tried to go for the neutral crouch right there. Did you all see that? That like little stutter step. But unfortunately, his 6-frame jab is just a little bit too fast for me to contest. Sorry about that. That was a weird anti. Oh my god. Okay, nice. Keeping it plus. The pressure, the stagger pressure, very, very good. Also, another thing that you notice with me using Nitara, I don't do like a poke into down back 2, or I don't like try to special cancel into anything. So right here I got like really scared. I had no idea what to do. Looking back on it now, doing my post commentary, I could have definitely optimized this combo to do way more damage. I could have definitely put him in a situation where the next combo would have actually like put him near death if I just didn't panic right there, but it's okay though. Like little things like this, actually analyzing it and doing like a post game commentary is actually very, very good, just because I can look at the mistakes that I did. You know, so like next time when the set does arise, if I get a run back, potential run back or anything, then I do know what to do for the next time I see them. Ooh, nice, the active frames on that, and then that is where the biggest mistake came out. Never, ever, ever do a throw if you know it's gonna kill. And it's so stupid, because I'm gonna have to censor that, by the way. But literally, if you look at the health, there's absolutely no reason for me to do a throw in that situation. I didn't have the meter to go for a Cyrax extension, which makes absolutely no sense. If you look at the health, the throw wouldn't have killed. Nitara's throw does 110 damage. He had 159. No, that was a very bad situation. Very, very bad read on my end. Good read for Joystick's end. Like, granted, like good shit to Joystick. That was a very, very close game. But very bad play on my end, 100%. And, this is where the frustration comes in with the Krytis set, because there is no goddamn game audio for this, and I would have had this earlier if it wasn't for the fact that I was googling and checking every single possible answer to try to get the audio back, but it was just no way to get the audio back, and I'm still so mad about that. Pretty sure you can hear it in the tone of my voice that I'm super fucking pissed about it, but it's okay. I tried my best. So I managed to trade full screen against Peacemaker, of course. So what Peacemaker wants to do in this matchup is just do what Peacemaker does best, is just sit back full screen, use the gunshots, use the eagly, do all that amazing goodness to just keep you as far away as possible from this goddamn character. Which is completely fine, that's how you're supposed to play the matchup. And after this set was over, Krytis actually messaged me himself. He said, before I even did this, I was using, I was practicing with Mars. For those who don't know, Mars is widely considered to be the best Nitara player right now, currently in MK1. And they're in the same clan, literally, they're both in the same clan. So Sin Mars, Sin Krytis, obviously they were practicing together, I think roughly for like about an hour they were practicing. So yeah, Krytis already came into this with a lot of experience, of course, because I'm pretty sure even if it wasn't for the fact that Krytis was my opponent, I'm pretty sure they just do casual games a lot, just because Nitara isn't really a character you see often, but when you do see Nitaras, it really catches a lot of people off guard, just because there are very few Nitara players out there, and the few that are out there are actually very, very good. So yeah, it just makes perfect sense. And I'm pretty sure Mars told Krytis that Peacemaker is a bad matchup for Nitara, simply for the fact that Peacemaker's zoning is actually very, very good to catch Nitara out of the air and all that stuff. And also because of that right there with Eagly, of being able to do your torpedo into the Pharah to keep yourself safe. Not only are you safe, you actually have to hold a 50-50 afterwards. Obviously, it's not guaranteed. You can armor after it. You can even poke after it if you're very, very fast. But obviously, the threat of just having the Pharah there constantly at all times is very, very scary. Also, the anti-air things, I forgot the name of it off the top of my head, but the anti-air right there that Krytis is doing is very, very good for Nitara, considering that her mobility mainly comes from just jumping in the air. So just completely killing that with Peacemaker using the anti-air shots, as well as having a gun that just, as crazy as that sounds, literally just having a gun to just control the ground, using your Eagly to control the ground as well, and then you can special cancel into the Pharah. It's just very, very hard to deal with. Not impossible, of course, but it's very, very hard to deal with. I think you're gonna notice this entire set. I very rarely jump. I think I jumped maybe like 3 or 4 times this entire set, which is just crazy. You have to play a very grounded game with Nitara. Me personally though, I am used to it. I am a very grounded Nitara player. Very rarely would I jump, and most of the times when I do jump, I'm trying to get a read on his Eagly timings, which you see me perfectly do right there 2 times in a row. So the first time I got the EX dive kick, and then the second time I managed to get the jump over into the corner. 479 damage, very good damage. I try to go for the optimal anti-air combo right there with the Cyrax bomb. Unfortunately, I miss it though, which is okay. Sometimes it happens, you know what I mean. Cyrax is a very specific cameo. You have to have a lot of specifics in mind, a lot of labbing you have to do, and unfortunately I don't really lab too much the Cyrax cameo, which I should if I'm being honest with you, considering how much I use it. But yeah, so of course Peacemaker, like I said, he's a character that kind of wants to keep you full screen, but in this situation I think Krytis just really believed he could have gotten the kill with just a few more hits, which I do understand. The torpedo hits me, unfortunately, ties it all up 1-1. We're coming over here. I managed to block the 50-50, which is very good. I punished the gunshot at a roughly jump distance, which is very, very good. I managed to get my EX back forward too. I steal the corner, which is good for me. Of course, he jumps out, which is unfortunate. So I kind of waste the Cyrax cameo in that instance. And I also waste his Pharah cameo. So now he has to wait for the Pharah to come back, and now Krytis sort of has to play this game of not being super aggressive to where he leaves too many openings, but more so just getting pokes just to stay back at a full screen distance. So right here, he just hits me with the Pharah grab, and just uses the EX gun just to push me away, just to keep me as far away as possible. So definitely, I don't know what exactly Mars was telling Krytis, or how he was approaching the matchup. I don't know if Mars told Krytis to choose Peacemaker, or maybe if Krytis just came to that decision themselves. I have no idea. This was an input error. So I tried to quickly jump into the air, dash down and block, just to bait out a gunshot so I can do my EX back forward 2 to whip punish. But I did the input so fast that I managed just to get a raw fatal blow for absolutely no reasons. But it's okay though. I have 2 bars of meter. Peacemaker obviously has none with no Pharah, so this is a good situation for me. I do my classic patented side switch combo. I go for a Cyrax setup right here. But if you notice, the Cyrax bomb is the different variation of the bomb. So there's 2 different directions you can throw the Cyrax bomb. I knew for a fact he was going to try to go for something like that, and I tried to go for the other setup, and it ended up working out for me. So once I noticed that, when I went for that setup and I hit Krytis with that, I knew for a fact that it would have been good for me, just because it is an extra layer for Krytis to think of. That right there was an input error as well. I tried to go for a Cyrax net. I don't know what. I think the Cyrax bomb came out instead, because that net should have definitely came out when traded. I get the flawless block right there on the Pharah, which is really good for me. Unfortunately, I couldn't really do much off of it. Nice, goes for the throw, keeping up the pressure, which is very, very good. So he doesn't have the Cyrax or the Pharah in this situation. So I have to be very, very careful about that. Like, in some instances, it is very, very good when they don't have the Pharah, but in a case like this, where I just have a very, very bad life deficit, it's just very, very bad. It's very, very hard to deal with. I think I don't come back here. Yeah, I just died a chip. Yeah, okay, I kind of figured that. So here, I went to character select. I'm just going to skip it, of course. Yeah, and I went straight to Jax. So you're probably thinking, why the hell did I go for Jax? Well, you're looking at it right there. Not only for the Jax ground pound, which is an unblockable, which he's going to have to hold, but also for the fact that Pharah is a cameo. And for those who don't know, Jax has a special move to where if there is a cameo anywhere on screen and you call Jax, Jax will just grab them off of your back. In this case, Pharah would just grab them off the back and would just continuously beat the hell out of out of the Pharah cameo. So that was my main decision in choosing Jax right here. Not only for the Jax ground pounds when I do get my corner setups, but also for the fact that if Pharah ever comes out one time as Jax, Jax will be able to handle it and just completely get rid of the Pharah cameo, which is good for me. So yeah, that was sort of my mentality going into this with choosing Jax, and also for the fact that I do get an extra health bonus with this. So I would be able to take a little bit more gunshots when it comes to zoning, so I don't really die to chip damage as often. Also for the other things that I mentioned before. So this is where the sort of the ground pound just saves me right there. That would have been so much damage. A very good situation for Krytis. Maybe even a side switch combo put me in a very bad situation right there, which is very good for me. The Pharah cameo is recharging. It is very close to getting to half. So my main priority right here is to try and get Krytis to use the Pharah just to really wait for the cooldown to come out. Just so I don't have much to deal with. I just have to worry about Peacemaker zoning and all that stuff. Because really what makes Peacemaker zoning insane, which you saw by that crazy combo by Krytis, that was a very nice conversion, is the fact that you can just put the Pharah cameo on your back and just get all these crazy mix-ups and conversions with Peacemaker. So you see right there, I tried to go for the Jax call. Unfortunately, he did not call Pharah out there. I really wholeheartedly believed he went for the eagly and go for Pharah, but I think he just got an input error. I get a nice little read with my dive kick. I just jump over the gunshots, try to get as much to the corner as I can. I dropped the combo, unfortunately, right there because I really wanted to get that corner. I really, really do. Like Nitara, when you have Jax, you really need to steal that corner no matter what. It's so, so helpful. You can do the unblockable stuff mid-screen, but once you steal the corner, it's pretty much like over, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, right here I'm trying to get a feel for the gunshot so I can maybe get like a nice little read and just jump over it and just get a dive kick punish. I get a nice little back to overhead, come over here, and look at this input error. That was so crazy, so crazy. I try to go for an EX blood sacrifice, but for some strange reason, it put me into the corner, and I try to save the combo by jumping out, but for some reason, it just didn't work. Try to chip me out with the overhead, try to go for the fatal blow, and it just barely whiffed, and it was so, oh my god, so heartbreaking. I was so upset. But yeah, this is when Krytis was messaging me, telling me like, hey, that was absolutely crazy and all that stuff. And he even said himself, which is absolutely crazy to think of, he said, I'm not gonna lie to you. He said, your Nitara literally got me so nervous, and I don't know why. He was like, I did warm up with Mars before this. He was like, so I was kind of anticipating you to choose Nitara, of course. He was like, but even then, your Nitara got me nervous. So yeah, coming from somebody of his level, of his magnitude, being 4th on the leaderboard out of 250, and for him to say that your Nitara genuinely made me sweat, I count that as a victory. So yeah, I have no way how to end this video. I really have no idea how to end it, so I'm just gonna call it right here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.